I wanted to talk to him about the amazing find, the duality and strangeness of which would not let me rest. I walked around the vaulted, ground-floor corridor of the building, but not a single door was open. All of them were carefully locked. There was no way I could get out of the building into the atrium. I shouted, banged on windows and doors, tried to somehow signal to Grandfather that I was here, but he didn't notice. He was immersed in his newspaper and didn't take the small radio earphones out of his ears. I woke up with helpless rage, tired and wrinkled. Your dream is like our work. This find is trying to tell us something, but we don't hear it. We don't understand it, the two girls calmly argued, because nothing interesting happens at these meetings anyway. You don't have to listen, you just have to be present. However, at today's meeting, something finally happened. Well, of course, it wasn't the base leader who said anything new, but Laurie, who arrived even later than Kathleen, who provided the surprise. The young teacher settled down next to her two students. Kathleen, you're right. I found something strange too, she whispered. I don't know why no one noticed this until now, when everyone has the entire database at their disposal. I think we found it now. Are you sure? No. That's why we're going to try it. How? You'll see. In the field, and if this turns out to be a mistake too, then we'll file the fake reports, we'll listen to you about it. And of course, we'll keep looking. What did you find? You'll see, Laurie said mysteriously. As soon as we get rid of Apo, she gestured to the base commander. Hurry up to Object 83. I'll meet you in the crockery shop on the ground floor. Who else is coming? You and Judy, Ted and Lorenzo. You could have found something great if you rounded up all the black sheep of Grandpa's flock. I'm really tired of the fact that we, the six of us, always get the most pushback from Grandpa. Because we're not satisfied with the instrumental examinations. But we've opened doors, cupboards, boxes, dugout drawers, etc. Then of course we put everything back, locked it again, but somehow we always got caught. But now we've found something that will make Grandpa's word stand. After all, the university sent us here to move forward with fresh, youthful energy and ideas in the research that has been fruitless so far. Grandpa, that is, the base commander, is constantly holding us back and limiting us. But now we might find the solution to the mystery of the century. The base commander noticed the whispering and frowned disapprovingly. When he even paused for a moment in his speech, the young people quickly fell silent. They didn't want any complications with their field trip this morning. Today, as every morning, Grandpa had told the researchers to just measure and document, but not move anything. Then, at the end of the meeting, he had a hard time approving the university group's research plan for today. He didn't understand why so many people wanted to re-examine a sector that had already been examined so many times. And these are the ones, this is the group that always has trouble with, he grumbled to himself. They're undisciplined, unpredictable. They're rummaging around in the valuable find, and in the end they end up damaging it. 5 archaeology students with their equally young and reckless professor, plus one of them, this one named Kathleen, is only a first year. Why did they bring this ignorant little nobody here? He argued for a while, but then left it to them. He grumbled, but signed their research plan for the day. The young people were already hurrying off before they could change their minds. Everyone else was assigned to re-examine the databases they had already analyzed to the point of boredom. In an hour, in Object 83, in the crockery shop. Laurie reminded her students once more. Inside the pyramid, the small group then dispersed to their officially announced locations. Judy, whose area of expertise was old transportation at the train station, Annabelle, who was more interested in architecture, took pictures in the attic of Object 83. The boys spent their time in the technical shop of Object 87. Kathleen was investigating on the 5th floor of Object 83, which was really why she was here. Professor Laurie had not brought her with him for her beautiful eyes or her great knowledge, but because the girl's grandparents had lived in the house registered as Object 83 around 1990. In fact, Kathleen herself had visited this apartment as a child. The young professor was confident that his student would find the cuckoo's egg, the deviation from the former reality that might be the key to the mystery. They quickly gathered all the test materials so that they could present something to Grandpa in the afternoon. When the agreed hour was up, they all trickled down to the crockery shop.